Hey there friendos, what's up? Welcome back to your channel. It's your boy Matt and we are back with some more Marvel Future Fight, and as you can tell we are on the crystal wall character screen for one particular reason. As you can see, still don't have Adam Warlock or Emma Frost, because even though we're almost at the end of this amazing, and it has been a really amazing anniversary month for the 7-year anniversary, we have not received any discount for any of the Crystal Wall characters, whether it's the good ones or the less good ones like Blue Dragon and Iceman. I'm wondering if that's just going to be a Black Friday thing now, or if it's just something that they happen to overlook. But it's a real shame with Adam Warlock and Emma Frost, because for all the years where they've been discounted, they've always been awful. And now the 1 year where they've both been absolutely like reworked to perfection, and you actually need them for something outside of where is it? No, not this one. There's a mission here somewhere, can't remember where it is. Maybe it's here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so for the one time where he's actually useful outside of that one dispatch mission, we haven't been able to pick him up, which is a shame, because before I re-rolled to Mephisto, my boss of the day was Thanos, and as you can see, the only things I've got left to do on his unlock, and I don't like wasting crystals on unlocks, is beating with Adam Warlock, which is a shame. So yeah, so I re-rolled, I got Mephisto. As you can see, I'm only on stage 19, and the reason for that is because I never pay to complete now with the world boss challenges on the stages that end with a 9. For me, the way I figure it is, if you can't beat a stage within 100 seconds, you're not going to exactly do great the next few stages anyway. You know, if you're only just struggling to beat stage 19, you're not going to have a great time on stage 22 or 23. So you can see, this is the one team I have for stage 19, all fully built up for a maximum DPS Human Torch, with 5 strikers that all accentuate his fire damage. So I'm not pretending that I'm the best Marvel Future Fight player in the world, far from it, especially with cards and builds and stuff, but I'm just going to show you what I can currently do with my Human Torch and how long it takes me roughly just to get through the first stage and get him down so we can actually see his bar. So as you can see, we swap straight over to Human Torch. We obviously have the Maker leadership for him, and we have Thing with his passive for all fantastic for allies. Unfortunately, even though we have a spare insight and I haven't decided who to put it on, we haven't put it on the Thing, so he doesn't have any other benefits for Human Torch outside of that passive. But we currently only have one insight, which is on Valkyrie, and the second insight originally was going to be for Colossus, but then he's kind of fallen off, and America Chavez is really good now. But then I was like, do I really want to have 2 insights on 2 combat females? So I've been kind of going back and forth as to where I should stick that. And should be done now. One more rotation. Come on, come on. Okay, there we go. So the 30 bars popped up. So you can see, not exactly amazing groundbreaking times there, 1 minute and 5 seconds. So let's go and have a look at our build, because what I actually want to discuss today is comic cards. So you can have a look and see at my build here. He's 379 there. He's got quite a lot of Odin's Blessings, so I've not spared anything on Human Torch. I've really tried to use him to push as high as I can, and he's the one character who pushes like the highest stages that I can on all World Boss Legend content, which is why he's got the most or some of the most Odin's Blessings. You can see maxed out on all the crits, attack speed, movement speed, cooldown and dodge. We could change one of his energy attacks to one which includes ignore defense, just to give him a little bit extra there, because that's the only one that's currently under 50%. Okay, so that's closer. obviously skills all maxed out. Type enhancement, I believe we're on stage 5. Yeah, I'm waiting for another, hopefully a 6-star ticket to arrive, because obviously the odds are really low, and I've tried rolling a few times and I've just ended up wasting those type enhancement 6-star cubes. Maxed out stage 12 Power of Angry Hulk. We have just a obelisk that helps in PvE against pure evil types. We have a CCP of Judgment, not reforged, because unfortunately they're the hardest to come by, and they're one of the most useful CTPs, so there's a lot of characters use it on. We could improve his recovery rate, or we could re-roll this to ignore defense. I actually have it on recovery rate at the moment, purely because he can get hit quite hard by Mephisto and Ultron, and so having that recovery rate, so when he knocks off his rotation, you can, oh yeah, thanks, no thanks Mary. Yeah, so when he knocks off his rotation, he can actually recover a lot of his health and not get one tapped. So you can see here at the moment I've got 2 cards that aren't really fully built up. This one here, the Chibi Spider-Man, or Baby Spider-Man premium card, has got some really good stats on it with the dodge, max HP, crit rate, energy attack. So even though they're not blue, even though they're not adding anything for my penetration, the actual stats themselves aren't too bad. Whereas the Loki card, even though it's a stage 5 and it's got 4 blue, so it's got the extra 2% pierce damage, the actual stats it has, yeah, cooldown, ignore defense are okay, attack speed's okay, but they're not the highest, and then the good stats at the bottom, energy attack and all attack, are pretty low. So I can reverse those, and the actual bonus of right now is that we have the 50% off all comic cards. So let's replace it now. Now we're going to replace it with Groot. Ha ha. No, obviously we're not. Let me just scroll down to the bottom. You see I've got a few premium cards here, and I've actually been working on this Lunar one for a while, as some of you who may have been following me for a while already know. And we've got some really good stats rolls, and it's a nice mix. 50% PvE with the 2% fierce, and 50% PvP with the concentration, and its base stats are a lot better than the Loki base stats. So now I have both the Crescent and the Lunar card. I may replace Spidey with White Fox if I ever get it, and have that set fully maxed out. You can see here is my new card effects with this new card attached. So even though we have lost a little bit in terms of ignore defense, cooldown is pretty much still the same. Our physical attack is a little bit worse off, but our energy attack is a lot better. So if we go and have a look at Human, well, there you go, look at Human Torch now, we've almost got 5,000 more energy attack than we had before, right off the bat, just from changing the cards. So I still don't get, because I mean, obviously I haven't been making content for a while, but I've been playing for a long time. Your Beast Mode Gaming, your Cynic Alex's, you know, there's a lot of big content creators, and Godzilla Nator was doing it. It was always telling everyone, yo, cards are more important than anything else. And with this, you know, new event quest and yet another event quest, they're giving us even another chance to pick up a free premium card. And that's on top of obviously your future pass and the previous events that we've had. We've had so much good stuff given to us in this anniversary. So I'm just going to change over now to get some school cooldown back to try and make up for that. There we go. Yep, that's that all done. So you can see we're pretty much as we were. The only thing we've really lost is ignore defense. But to be fair, losing a little bit of ignore defense for the extra 5,000 energy attack, probably going to be worth it. So let's go back into World Boss. We'll go back to Mephisto and we'll see how he compares now. Now, admittedly, I'm only going to do up to the first stage, and it may be the case that with these cards you'll see more of a benefit over the whole entire course of a fight, rather than just a snapshot of the first phase, the first section, the first minute. So you know, you have to bear that in mind. This is only, like I say, just a snapshot of what it can do. But we'll have a look at some other characters and see how they compare as well. You never know how much of these things are just confirmation bias, where you're looking for something and so you're determined to see it there, or if it's just placebo effect, where you just assume that something's going to be better and therefore you want to believe it is, whether it actually is or not. Again, it could also be down to smoothness of rotation, not getting caught by those binding tornadoes or whirlwinds, whatever you want to call them. But certainly in terms of game feel, as I'm moving the Human Torch around, it feels better. And like I say, that probably is a placebo effect, just because I know he's got 5,000 more, 4,000 more energy attack. And you can see 403 when the 30 bars popped up on screen. So 10 seconds that's saving. So that's quite, I think that's quite significant for the first stage. I mean, if that's 10 seconds cumulative over each stage, that could be 30 seconds saved, or it could just be 10 seconds saved and that's that. The reason I brought this up is because I did see another content creator saying that their premium Lunar Snow card was one that would be a mistake. A mistake to build, and I really don't see that. Don't get me wrong, low-key, I'm going to lock this card. I'm not going to like just trash it or get rid of it. But cooldown on attack speed over attack, yeah, I don't think so. For beginners, this Loki card is a good option because it fixes a lot of like those early game problems. But as you become a more intermediate and veteran player, and you're more focused on the high-end content, energy attack or attack crit rate, these are the things that really are going to matter a lot more to you. And then when you can re-roll those substats to make up the difference for the things like your cooldown, movement speed, crit damage, then of course, yeah, that's going to mitigate some of those other failings. So let's have a look now and see. Yeah, you can see he's a lot higher up now. And even though some of these attack stats like crit rate and crit damage are way over, because I've given him those Odin's Blessings in particular, and the stage 12 Power of Angry Hulk, movement speed, I could probably change that, looking at how far over it is. 6% over, I could probably change that to ignore defense, just to try and min-max the build as much as possible. Power of Angry Hulk has the ignore defense on it. I don't think changing that to overdrive is going to make too much of a difference. You can see there it's crit rate, which we're already maxed out anyway, so there's no point. And obviously that one, it's dodge and cooldown, so there's no point doing Hawk's Eye either. There's no benefit to any of those. So I think we've pretty much pushed him as far as we can without going into reforging CTPs. But it just goes to show that if you get a CTP, the difference is negligible. You know, if you reforge to get a mighty, or you reforge trying to get a brilliant, the amount of benefit you receive for one character, the cost per character is so high compared to the cost of a premium card, and how much benefit it's going to have to every single character on your roster. So if we go down to say stage 14, because these are the other teams that I have and that's the only stages they can do, and let's see how we get on with Betsy. Admittedly, she is my favourite character in the game, and she's the one that I've built the highest with all Odin's Blessings, etc, etc. So you would expect her to do pretty well in this stage, but it's still, it was still taking me a while to get through this first phase. It was normally taking about 50 seconds, so if we can do better than that, well, let's have a look. We hit the proc the first time, okay, second time a little early. through. Should be about halfway through now. Okay. So it's not good enough so that we were able to skip this phase, unfortunately. Which is a shame, but that is part of the course with her. Oh! Oh, wait a minute. I didn't realise that we'd actually, even though we were on that phase, we still managed to skip. Oh, that's pretty impressive, actually. And it was at that moment he knew he was on for a world record run. No, sadly, as much as I would love to be on Summon Insult for world record runs with Betsy, it still isn't good enough. But it's great that even though I had to do the Doctor Strange phase, or had started to do it, he was still taking the residual damage and we managed to get him down to the next phase. So that's showing promise. So yeah, this event quest, again, I really do, like, I want to hammer home the point the same as I know everyone else does, but it does bear repeating. Get a premium card. You know, if you can get a CTP from the Cosmic Core, cool, but you can't get cards from it. You might get a card from a premium booty box drop, but it's not very likely. So you really should maximise all chances you can get to get a premium card and improve your entire roster just with one card. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care for now.